Zealand, host of the America's Cup Yacht Racing Series and round 12 of the FIA World Rally Championship. Both sporting events are centred around Auckland, the country's largest city at the top end of the North Island. But while the America's Cup contenders race over a period of several months, the Rally New Zealand is compressed into 26 stages run over 3 days, 2 to the south of the host city and 1 to the north. Day 1, in fact, was run within sight of the ocean. One crew would have the wind taken out of their sails, Colin McRae and Mickey Grist. Misheard pace note caused the Ford Focus to leave the road, and a broken radiator then ended both their rally and their challenge for the world title.
It was a very slow corner. It wasn't, we weren't as if we were right on the edge and trying too hard and just get caught out in the braking and slid a bit straight on over the edge.
The loose gravel covering the road surface had been expected to slow the leading runners, but for championship leader Marcus Grönholm, third at the end of the day, it was a string of mechanical problems which caused him to lose time. Grönholm survived clutch failure and hydraulic problems as well as that oil leak, but it was his teammate Richard Burns who dominated the day, leading an all-Peugeot top 3.
We've got the two people probably you least want directly behind you on this rally with Harry and Marcus, but at least we're in the position we're in. We didn't expect to be here.
Harry was Harry Rovanperä, another Finnish gravel specialist who returned to Auckland in second place between Burns and Grönholm, although all three were covered by just under 38 seconds. The other teams, it seemed, had no answer to the Peugeot sledgehammer. Subaru's Tommy Mäkinen ended the day in 4th place, while the man in 5th position shouldn't have been in New Zealand in the first place. Mitsubishi had brought in Janne Parsonen to replace the injured Alistair McRae, but the Finn set the fastest time on stage 5, the team's first stage win in over a year, prompting an obvious question.
Do you think Alistair McRae could be this quick?
I don't know. I don't like saying nothing.
The slippery gravel caught out a number of drivers. Carlos Sainz was at least luckier than Colin McRae. But it was Petter Solberg who was luckiest of all. The Norwegian narrowly avoided plunging down a cliff and into the sea. You can't see it from his onboard camera, but co-driver Phil Mills' yelp suggests it's a long way down. Hyundai's Armin Schwarz was another who was caught up by McRae's bend, but the German driver avoided following the Scot into retirement. Not so fortunate was Skoda's Kenneth Eriksson. He and co-driver Tina Turner suffered brake failure on the first corner of stage 2, and so their rally was over. At the end of day 1, this was how the leaderboard looked. Burns headed the Peugeot 123, but an incredible fight for 4th place saw Mäkinen, Parsonen and Solberg separated by exactly a second. Ford's Marco Martin led the chasing pack, while 8th place Freddie Loix and Armin Schwarz in 12th were less than 12 seconds apart. The rally's second day was also by far its longest. Run to the north of Auckland and centred around a service park in the town of Ruawai, the day's 10 stages included one of the longest in the entire championship, stage 11, nearly 60 kilometres. But the day's opening test was the 20-kilometre Mititai finish stage, which some of the local fans were able to watch in comfort.
Here he comes, Kelly.
It was now the Mitsubishi Lancer of Francois Delacour which was first to tackle the stage, the Frenchman just 14th quickest and sweeping away the loose gravel for the others. Carlos Sainz and teammate Marco Martin knew that the manufacturer's championship was slowly but surely slipping away from Ford. Peugeot's dominance. Sainz was 8th quickest on the stage and now also 8th on the leaderboard, while Martin was 7th, nearly a second faster.
6 minus right fast, 20,
easy left, 50 crest, 20, 6 minus left fast, keep in, 250 crest, 200, 6 minus right fast over crest.
The biggest battle within the top 6 was for 4th place. 3 drivers went into the stage within a second of each other, but it was Petter Solberg's Subaru which emerged in that 4th place. And co-driver Kai Lindstrom were over 6 seconds slower than Solberg and Phil Mills. Mäkinen, the winner in New Zealand in 1999, dropped to 5th place as a result. Parsonen was just 0.6 of a second slower than Mäkinen, but the sensation of day 1 dropped to 6th, thanks to Solberg's stunning performance. But the Peugeot dominance of the event picked up where it had left off the previous day. Just watch the clock to see how Grönholm compared to the charging Solberg.
Oikein helppo sisältä. 100. Vasen eri miinus.
Rovanperä and Voito Silander weren't quite able to match the pace set by Grönholm and Timo Rautiainen. The number 3 Peugeot lost nearly 10 seconds, and so the gap between the two 206s was down to just 9.8 seconds. Surely Richard Burns would have to bow to Grönholm on this occasion.
Slight left in there, flat right plus in, braking easy left plus, to easy left, opens, 200.
No way. Yet another stage win for the world champion. So after the first stage of the day, Burns had extended his lead over Rovanperä to nearly 30 seconds, while Grönholm was now threatening his compatriot. Solberg was now 4th, but that 3-way battle was set to continue, while Sainz had now moved past both Leutz and Kankkunen to snatch 8th place. Stage 10, Toka Toka, would be run again at the end of the day, and at only just over 10 kilometres, was also the shortest of day 2. The virtual spectator gives us an idea of the kind of scenery surrounding the road, with the switchback camber changes and the loose, dry gravel taken for granted. Again, Leutz was slower than Sainz, but the gap between the Ford and the Hyundai was still only 2.5 seconds. Solberg again attacked, but couldn't repeat his amazing time from the previous stage. Parsonen and Arto Kapanen were 3 seconds faster than Solberg and Mills. The Finns remember tackling the rally for the first time, which made their achievement all the more remarkable.
Oikein täys pitkä ylös 130. Oikein täys 7. Otetaan pitkä alas 120. Oikein täys 160.
Mäkinen's competing on his 10th Rally New Zealand, but experience counts for nothing in this sport.
Ja vasen eri vähän tiukka 6. Oikein täysmiinus sisältä yli. Ja oikein vasen 9. Pitkä oikein eri helppo aukeaa.
The trio were now covered by less than 5 seconds. But again, it seemed the 3 Peugeots were in a league of their own. Grönholm only needs to finish ahead of Burns to regain the world title he lost to the Englishman last year, and that fight looks set to go down to the wire. Marcus again pushed and finished the stage exactly 10 seconds faster than Passinen, the quickest so far. Vampera's second place was starting to come under threat.
Vähän oikein vasen täys, 170. 10 yli oikein vasen, vähän oikein vasen täys, 170. Aivan vasen tosi täys, sisältä 150.
Rovanpera's Peugeot was 3.6 seconds slower than Grunham's identical car, so the gap from second to third had shrunk to a little over 6 seconds. Richard Burns is as determined to hang on to the title as Grunham is to retake the crown. For the last 3 years, the winner in New Zealand has gone on to take the championship, and Burns clearly sees only one possible outcome to the weekend.
To slight left, 60 flat left, 20 flat left, cut. 100, easy left plus tightens maybe, and easy left 60, flat right 60, slight right to slight left 70, easy right plus, in long 30.
On this occasion, right, however, Grunholm took the honours. To illustrate just how dominant the Peugeots were, the virtual spectator has equalised Burns, Solberg and Mäkinen around 5 kilometres into stage 10. Played at double speed, Burns initially starts to pull away, but the two Subarus caught up again approaching the bend. Once the road straightened out again, however, 206 quickly started to open out an advantage, and from that point onwards, Burns just left them in his dust.
Richard, Marcus Grönholm seems to think you might have this rally in the bag already.
I'm trying. You know, Marcus is trying pretty hard as well, but we need to try and keep that gap the same, because it doesn't take much loss of concentration to lose.
Yanni, you were going to have a big battle with Petter Solberg this morning. Looks like he's gone a bit quicker on those first 2 stages.
Yeah, but last stages he little lost, but no problem, and I'm very happy.
Petter, you won that big battle for 4th place this morning. Can you hang on to it though?
Yeah, of course, that's the plan. We are still doing some small things with the car now, so we can push harder now. It's a long stage now, so everything can happen.
Stage 11, in fact, was the World Rally Championship's longest stage outside Africa, the 59-kilometre test from Parahi to Ararua. Delacour was starting as the road sweeper, the Lancer sliding around on the gravel, clipping a bridge at one point.
Droite à fond, 100 mètres, allez, 100 mètres, droite à fond, long, droite à fond, long, 300 mètres.
Following Kenneth Eriksson's retirement on day 1, Tony Gardemeister now had the hopes of the Skoda team resting on his shoulders. The Octavia was 10th, Gardemeister one of 5 Finns in the top 10. Carlos Sainz and Luis Moya, meanwhile, were still fighting to get into the top 6 and into the points. It seemed, though, that as on so many other occasions, there were 2 battles going on, one an all-Peugeot affair, and the other between the rest of the crews. Marco Martin and Michael Park, like their Spanish colleagues, knew that Peugeot were now within reach of the title, but that didn't stop them from trying.
Plus right. 6 left, easy right, and 6 left slow. 100 crest, 80, crest late, 5 right narrow. 50 crest. 150 crest and easy left.
This time Martin would be slower than Sainz, but the difference
crest,
was only 3/10 of a second over
down,
the 59 kilometres.
56 minus right, 50. 2 plus left, Eri.
Solberg also attacked on the long stage, but like Delacour would also thump the scenery. Keep an eye out for a post box on the left-hand side of your screen. No serious damage was caused, Solberg going fastest so far. Mäkinen had no such problems with the scenery, now had Solberg's time to aim for.
4 vasen miinus. Heti pirun pitkä oikein nopea plus helppo. Ja pirun pitkä vasen nopea plus. Okei. Maali.
4.5 seconds slower. The Finn again had to settle for second best to his colleague. Jani Parssinen and Arto Kapanen clearly saw the long stage as the perfect chance to attack the two Subarus and so claim that fourth place behind the three Peugeots. That moment's loss of concentration would lead to the two Finns retiring from the rally. Despite Parssinen's attempts at securing the bonnet, the radiator's been damaged and their rally is over. A bitter blow after such a great drive.
Yeah, that left corner over there is becoming too fast and car rolling 2-3 times and we have to stop it then.
Grönholm didn't let the sight of his fellow Finn's stranded car affect his concentration. He again flew through the stage, stopping the clock an amazing 35.3 seconds quicker than Solberg. Rovanperä started the stage just 6.2 seconds ahead of Grönholm. With the 2000 world champion clearly on a mission, that second place was surely about to change hands. Indeed, it had, but there was still the small matter of a very determined Richard Burns to come.
Opens, so it's Chris, 40 flat right in opens, 80 flat left plus 100. Flat right plus and flat right plus the small medium left, 30 medium left plus in, to flat right.
Incredibly, despite that moment, Burns was again quicker.
It was quite a lot of dust in here, so it was not very nice to drive. It happened after 25 kilometers approximately, and so it was not so easy to see.
Richard, that was a big test for the rally leader. How did it go?
It was good. I felt tyres moving quite a lot in the middle, and I just sort of backed off quite a lot. But then the last piece pushed hard again.
I was not, I think, fast enough. I lost my brakes and then I was too cautious.
Stages 12 and 13 were the opening pair in a batch of 4. Mäkkinen's challenge for fourth place appeared to be fading. With Parssinen out, Mäkinen was slower than Solberg on both stages. For his part, Solberg was fourth fastest on both. That fourth place now seemingly his. If only he could do something about those three Peugeots. That though seemed unlikely. Rovanperä was equally as consistent, third fastest on both stages 12 and 13.
Jatkaa pitkä vasen helppo miinus kireä.
The only variable among the Peugeots, it seemed, was who would win the stages. Grönholm was fastest on the first of the pair, closing the gap to Burns to a fraction over 42 seconds. The Englishman, though, duly struck back by winning the next.
Medium right in, 40, medium left, minus, tightens, and opens at 150. Easy right plus, do easy right plus cut. To long crest 80, crest to slight left, 150 braking, slight left 60, medium left, to key left plus.
At the rally's halfway point, Burns led Grönholm by over 43 seconds, with Rovanperä seemingly secure in third. Solberg, Mäkinen and Martin were now a long way behind, while Sainz was now less than 18 seconds away from sixth place, and the two Hyundais were separated by around 11 seconds. Stage 14, however, would see a change in that leaderboard. 4 kilometres before the stage finish, this was how Marco Martin's rally ended. He and co-driver Michael Park were okay, but the car was clearly going no further. Smoke from the engine compartment suggested that the damage was terminal, and while the fire was quickly extinguished, it would later flare up again, requiring the fire service to attend to put it out. Like Parsonen's earlier accident, this was a particularly cruel end to a great performance, and with Martin went Ford's hopes of the manufacturer's title. Mathematically, Peugeot cannot now be caught, and so their third successive championship crown is now surely a formality. That, of course, mattered little to Marcus Grönholm, as he again stormed through the stage. His mind was on the other championship title. Richard Burns, however, wasn't going to see the crown handed back to the Finns so easily. He again set the fastest time, his 5th stage win of the day so far.
To right, Max, 50, fast left, in, this stoppage of left, tighten.
Stage 15 at just 11.6 kilometres, seemingly one of the rally's easiest tests. That thought must certainly have been at the back of Richard Burns' mind as he and Robert Reid neared the end of the stage.
Flat right over bridge and flat right minus it. 30 flat left, 60 braking, medium right plus, and tightens.
Oh no.
Okay.
Just you.
Yeah, just. Supervision for Robert, we've gone off the road.
Burns' immediate reaction said it all. His rally, his championship hopes, and his car had all been rolled into a ball of scrap.
No. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vincent for Robert.
Okay. It's okay.
As Reid tries to contact the team by radio, Burns clambers out to face the reality that it's all gone
PC
horribly wrong. Burns, of course, was running behind both his teammates, so neither Rovanperä nor Grönholm knew that their colleague was out. The accident elevated Rovanperä to 2nd place once again, while Grönholm had now inherited the lead. He cannot now be caught in the points table, and so the World Drivers' Championship will surely return to Finland after a year in England. The man whose title had just been handed to Grönholm still couldn't believe what he'd done.
Just touched the bank on the outside of the corner, and the car went up on 2 wheels, dug in, and ended up there. But I'm very, very off about not winning the rally. That was an important thing, and we had a nice lead.
I'm really so sad for them because they were bringing us their first victory, and I'm really sad. There's no other words. Okay, in the meantime, we are world champions, but this jeopardizes our joy.
Marcus, you would have preferred a straight fight with Richard Burns, but you are this year's World Rally Champion.
Yeah, it looks so, and okay, it's good for me. I'm happy. Okay, maybe it's not the right way how it came, but it was only this rally. It has been a good season for me anyway. So, okay, good.
So what next after this World Championship? Another 2, another 3? You're going to equal Tommy and Juha's records?
No, it's maybe too difficult, but okay, I will try, and next year it's a new year again, and let's see.
With Grönholm also winning stages 16, 17 and 18, his lead over Rovanperä is now 55 seconds, with Solberg over a minute and a half behind, and Mäkinen, Sainz and Kankkunen completing the top 6. Freddie Loix is 7th tonight, while Joe Panitsi's Peugeot is 8th, and Tony Gardemeister's 9th for Skoda. So, with Richard Burns crashing out, Marcus Grönholm is the provisional World Rally Champion. 2 more events and 1 more day of the Rally New Zealand to go. That, though, is unlikely to mean the Finn will back off. After all, there's still a rally to win. Join us tomorrow for highlights of the final 8 stages, but from day 2 here in Auckland. Good night.